This used to be the linen cabinet. I no longer have a linen cabinet because I really have no need for it. I've got my towels in my wardrobe in the bedroom, which is right next to the bathroom, and I've got spare linen for our bed in the laundry in the garage. I've got linen for the guest bed in the wardrobe of the guest bedroom, and I only keep 2 sets per bed basically. So don't have too many sets, don't have too many towels. Therefore, yeah, I just didn't need a linen cabinet. I've got all the linen and towels in the associated wardrobe of that room, and I revamped my linen cabinet into a pantry, because this here, if I keep on going, this is the kitchen, so this is just a handy location. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a number of different boxes here, different containers. I've been trying over the years to see what suits and what doesn't. And the other day I had to get something out of this box here, the condiment box. This is plastic, it's on rollers, but it's full and it is very, very heavy. Plus, as you can tell, I'm short. I actually have to lift this up and then down here on the kitchen bench, and it's very heavy. I'm worried that the plastic will actually break. And then I've got a number of other containers here which were supposed to be stackable. They don't stack all that nicely. These ones are quite good, but they're only for light items. And in the bottom here, I've got a something for cans. So yesterday I went to Bunnings, couldn't find anything, and then I went to Kmart and I found these large pantry boxes. They are pine, they are relatively sturdy, it's not too thin of pine. So I want to try to move some of these condiments into these pine boxes, but I also do not want them at the top here. I want them basically here where I can just pull them out, take something out and then pull it back in. This is, like I said before, a linen cabinet, so it is quite deep, and you know, items in the back are always hard to reach. That's why I want to be able to pull things out. I have been thinking of getting those drawers, those pull-out drawers, but to be honest, I'm a bit concerned if I load these up with, you know, quite heavy items and I pull the drawer out, I can just see it bending down and falling over. So I don't think that would work for me. Now the next question is, you got to ask me, why do I have such a large stockpile? Well, we do live out in the sticks, not that far, but you know, the next supermarket is at least 20 minutes away. We are in an area where we have cyclones, flooding and the likes. So there's times where we have no power or no access out of the property or into town, and we want to be able to just live off the stockpile. We also got a pretty full freezer, and with meat and vegetables and all, you know, goods out of the garden. So that helps as well. I'll show you that on another video. But today we just want to reorganize this pantry and use those boxes. Not sure if I get everything done today. I might need some more of those boxes. They are stackable, so they're actually proper stackable, and they're high as well. There are smaller ones of these as well, but I think for my purpose those big ones are good because, yeah, like I said, it's a big pantry and I want to be able to just pull it out. So let's see if that works. I'll pull these things out and reorganize. kitchen in a bit of a mess for a few hours. Nah, not a few hours, didn't take that long. But I think I'm really happy with how this turned out. So have a look. Ta-da! So what I have done, I have moved the cans up here. And as you can see, there's a couple of cans which didn't actually fit in there, but I've got them all here and they're all sorted by what they actually are. And they're easily accessible because really I only need to, you know, access the first one, and then the rest of them rolls, see, like that. And then when I refill them, I take all of those out, although I normally don't refill until we're all done with this and there's only one left. Then I refill, and then yeah, I'll put the new ones in the back. So that's all good now. Then I've got, as you can tell, the system I like the most, the one stacked up, those two containers, they're no longer here. It fitted better this way. So these two actually fit on top of each other. They're stacked quite nicely and they're very light. As you can see, I haven't labelled them yet. I still have to do all the labels. So in here, I basically just got, yeah, good question. Oh yeah, I've got all my dry beans, and this is my favorite gravy from Germany, and spare spices, new spices. Here's all my baking stuff in here. So baking stuff is not necessarily flour and sugar that lives in the freezer, but these are all the little things: cocoa, vanilla, beans, cinnamon, marzipan, poppy seed, custard, these sort of things. Then in the corner here, I've stacked some pickies and broth. Then, like I said, here I've got the fish, which is a different shape, so it doesn't fit in those containers. I've got a lot of sardines here for the chooks and the dog. Then these ones, so they are good, but I can't slide them in or out because when I screwed them together, the screws are actually at the bottom. So if I pull them in or out, it does scratch the shelf, so that's no good. First I was thinking of putting felt underneath. I tried that, it came off as soon as I started sliding. So I actually put a liner in here, and it's probably not a bad idea because I actually oiled these boxes as well because they're pure untreated wood. So yeah, all those boxes, and I put a liner here, so I can't really slide them anymore. And I was a bit too worried as well to fill them up too much because A, of the shelf, although I think that's pretty sturdy, but also it's just plywood. So I think it's plywood, it might be pine, I have to double check. No, it's pine. Yeah, it's pine, but pine is a soft wood, it's not a very robust wood. So I didn't really want to fill them up too much. So what I've done, these are good height. I actually can see inside, and especially on this level, I can see what's in here. And basically in here, I've got my Asian container. So I've got all my Asian spice mixtures and sauces, and you know, things like sweet chili sauce and mirin sauce and sushi ginger and all these sort of things, as well as the rice, noodles and the like. So I've got some heavy items, but I also got the lighter items, like, you know, a packet of rice is only a kilo. Well, you know, some of these jars are a lot heavier. So I've got that in here, and then in here I've got my Italian crate, which is all the tomato related things. I do have some Italian pickies in here just because I didn't want to squash them here. But I've got all my tomato based condiments, tomato sauces, passatas and the likes, as well as all the pasta packets. And I can quite easily lift these in and out and just put them on here. Not as heavy as this one was anymore. On the side here, I've got all my oils. I've got a few different kinds. Basically, I use olive oil for if we eat something, you know, just with oil. For cooking, I use avocado oil, and I've got some infused avocado oils. And I've got a hemp seed oil for yarmulke and a truffle oil as well for some, I don't know, some fancy stuff. And then in this corner here, I've got more sauces. They're hubby sauces. They're like his barbecue sauce and his steak sauce and the likes. He normally eats those kind of things. Then down below here, I still like these containers. I've been thinking of getting a couple more of these, but I think I prefer it this way. So I've got in the far corner here, which you probably can't tell, I've got crackers. They're fitted there perfectly. And here I've got all my pickled vegetables. So I would say, yeah, they're all homemade pickled vegetables. Tomato chutney, pickled beetroot, pickled onions, kimchi, sauerkraut and the likes. Then here I've got a lot of condiments, I guess. I've got these sort of dried onions. I've got some sauces like apple sauce, burger sauce, seafood sauce, corn relish, mustard, the sweet pickle mustard and all that. And I basically, whatever I have in here, I've got more of those underneath. So as long as I have, you know, used everything in here, I just need to lift this up and can get onto here. And this is because of all the onions, the fried onions, crispy onions, which my husband loves. It's not very heavy, so I can lift this up easily and grab, you know, a new mustard or a new apple sauce or whatever I need out of here. Then here are all the drinking related things, so mainly tea, instant coffee, little UHT milks. We normally drink fresh milk, but sometimes during a cyclone or a flood we're unable to get into town to get fresh milk, so I always have some small UHT milks. I don't normally use milk for myself or anything unless I do some baking, but hubby likes milk in his tea and coffee, so I always make sure I have some small milks for him. So yeah, that's all in here, all spare stuff. And below this I've got all the jams, peanut butter, Vegemite, honey and things like that, all the sort of sweeter breakfast spreads. So yeah, now I just go and label this and then I'm all done. I reckon it looks pretty good. Tell you in a few weeks how it's going.